What is up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to today's video. And this is a January transfer review of Juventus, analysing the deals that we have done over the last month, players that we bought in and the players that we sold. And we will start off with, most notably, players that we bought in, and the first player we'll be looking at is Dusan Vlahovic, regarded, if in Europe, if not the world, one of the best young talents out there. When he first came into Fiorentina, quite a shaky start, did not exceed expectations, meet expectations when he first arrived. Like in his first 10 games in the first season, did not score a single goal. But in the last 2 years, just blown up the scene in the league, scoring 40 plus goals. In the last 2 seasons, already one of the top goal scorers. I think he's just one behind Ciro Immobile in this year's top goal scorer rankings. First initial thoughts when he came in, I was very surprised, very shocked. Not just to the fact that, you know, Fiorentina and Juve, the bad history between us, like we do not like each other. And the fact that I personally, and most like everyone, thought that he would have been going to Arsenal. The deal looked almost done, but that had not been the case. Tables turned completely, and then we ended up putting an offer. The player and agent and club accepted, and now he is one of our strikers for you, with the number 7 shirt previously held by Ronaldo. So big expectations to meet there. But overall, what I expect from him, I'm very confident that he will hit the ground running and play very well. And this is the sort of striker that Juventus needed. Like Moise Kean and Alvaro Morata. Morata, even though he done well for us a few years ago, even last year, becoming second top goal scorer, this season just not been showing any good performances, any claim to maintain his position. And this was a position that we needed to strengthen massively. So huge success with just signing Vlahovic. So that was a very good place to start. And the second player that we brought in, very happy with this, Denis Zakaria. Previously from Borussia Mönchengladbach, defensive midfielder. He is, I believe, 25 years of age. Been in high regard over the last few years for Borussia Mönchengladbach, put in very good performances for Switzerland, and a solid defensive midfielder is what we needed. We've had creative midfielders over the last few years, where you could even play like Dibi in that position, but having a new central defensive midfield over the last couple of years especially was where we've been most poor. And just judging off his performances for Mönchengladbach and his international performances, especially in the Euros, are very promising. So the strengthening the midfield, that is very good signing. Now, getting into the players that we let go and sold within this January transfer window, most notably Bentico. If you watch my previous videos, you can tell that I am not his biggest fan. It was about time that he had to go. It was just, I honestly was very surprised that he managed to hold on until now. I honestly, after last year's performance, I would have sold him in the summer, and throughout the first half of the season, just been poor, not showing any claim to be a regular, but for some reason still managed to hold his place, and just dead weight in the midfield that we had to be shot of. But now that he's gone to Tottenham Hotspur for a fee of around 20 to 21 million pounds, so I was very happy that he has gone. Just to say that, nothing personal, it was just the performances he kept putting in constantly costing us games. I just wanted the best for Juventus Football Club, but I wish Bentico all the best at Tottenham Hotspur, and hopefully he could find form again. But it just wasn't to be at Juventus. Second transfer player that we sold, Kulaszewsky, just a loan deal, from what I can understand. Quite disappointed that he's left. Every time he played, just put in 110%, even if he didn't produce tactically the best performance he could have done. He always gave it his all on the pitch and scored very important goals for us, especially last year, scoring one of the 2 goals that ended up us winning the Coppa Italia. Very good dribbler, very strong on the ball. But considering the injury list that we have, Kulaszewski is Chiesa, especially being out for the rest of the season, I'm very surprised that we sold Kulaszewski, considering one of our best wingers is now injured, and he is one of perhaps second, maybe third best winger that we got. So slightly disappointed and shocked about the transfer, but I hope that he has a very good season, and the next year when he comes back, he puts in a solid performance for us as he always does. And finally, the last player that we sold, Ramsey, going to Rangers. Now, this was a transfer that we needed to do to help us on the books tremendously. £500,000 in wages a week for Ramsey, which was quite ridiculous. And now we are saving a tremendous amount of money on wage bills alone, and it will help us be able to bring in more players. For the last year, especially last year, just did not perform at Juventus at all. I mean, when he first came in, I was quite excited with the arrival of Ramsey, but it just didn't show enough. It wasn't like the Ramsey of old at Arsenal. Injuries as well affected him. So that was quite disappointing. I had high regard for him when he came in. But more than anything, just to balance the books a bit more, we're getting rid of him to help us financially is a big plus. And overall, this transfer window, I would say, one of the best January transfer windows I have seen for as long as I can recall as a Juventus fan. Bringing in a world-class striker in Kulaszewsky, a very talented CDM in Sakari, and just removing some of the dead weight that we needed to get shot of. I mean, especially just on the pitch tactically and off the pitch financially, I'd say the business that we have done in this January transfer window was a huge success. And the players that have left, wish them all the best. Players that have come in, I am very excited to see them perform well for Juventus for a long time. But that is it for the January transfer update. Guys, please tell me your opinions on our signings for this season, whether you think they were good, bad, what have you. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and comment on the video, guys, and please support the channel by subscribing if you enjoy our content. We'll be uploading a lot more in the future.